Watch carefully, a change is coming. New games. SMTV Live, Saturday, March 15th at 9:25.
Guys, in years to come, people are going to ask you, where were you when SMTV Live revealed their new look?
Well, don't fret if you missed out earlier on, because we're going to be having another cheeky peek behind the scenes of the new look SMTV Live, and it's going to be hot right after How To.
How weedy is a weed?
How bad are Shakespeare's plays?
How can you run on custard? How can the yolk be on you?
I don't like the sound of this, Gareth. It's a nasty little pun, and furthermore, it sounds as though it might involve eggs.
Yes, and you and eggs.
Disaster.
That's a terrible combination.
It's all right, they're hard-boiled eggs, these. Now, you guys have got an egg. The challenge is this, right? I want you to stand the egg up on its roundy end.
No problem.
Easy peasy, Gareth. You take an egg cup, pop your egg in. That's what they were designed for. That's how. Thank you.
Very good, Fred, but you can't use an egg cup.
Oh, we're
No,
changing
that's
the rules,
far
are
too
we?
simple. No, there is a way of standing it up. What you have to do is spin the egg very fast. There you are. And it
That's
stands
good,
on
Gail.
its own.
Yeah, but I want something a bit more permanent. Try this.
Changing the rules.
One egg, one roundy end. Simply put it down on the table and wait for it.
Hey!
Exactly
Very
balanced.
good.
How'd you do that?
Ah, well, actually, a little bit of spit and then dipped it in some salt.
I knew I
And
could be
believe it or not,
crunching.
those few grains of salt are enough to give it a stable platform to stand up. So that's how the yolk...
Hold on. I can show you how to do it, OK?
Oh,
It worked.
it works, Fred, but poor old egg. Well, that's how the yolk can be
Hang on, Gareth. Hang on. I've done it. Look, very carefully.
Yes.
Oh, well done, Gail. How have you done that?
Movie. But you know, the amazing thing is it even stays like that when I go like that. Look.
Incredible. Well done, Gail.
Hey, thank you.
Well, that's how the yolk can be on me.
He poached that from somewhere.
Oh.
How can you hop on for a ride?
Oh, easy peasy. You just get your bus pass out and hop on the passing bus.
Fred, you're not old enough to have a bus pass,
Oh,
are you?
Yes,
Surely?
he is.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Lily
Fred.
Savage.
No, I'm actually talking about frogs and how frogs can hop on for a ride. Now, usually frogs lay their eggs in areas of still water, places like ponds. The eggs hatch in the water as tadpoles, and only later do the tadpoles grow legs and become fully grown frogs. However, there is one breed of frog that misses out the tadpole stage completely and is born as a tiny little froglet. Look at that.
Oh, isn't he tiny?
Somebody's finger. So if you can imagine how tiny that must be. This species of frog is called the Leofrine schlagenhauferi.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
I thank you. They breed in areas where there's no water, in a place called Papua New Guinea. Because these froglets are born where there's no water and they're all fighting for food in the same area, there's a good chance that they're not all going to survive. So what are they going to do?
I don't know. What do they do?
Well, they have a cunning plan. Let me introduce you to the daddy frog.
Oh,
Here he is, look.
he's huge.
He's great, isn't he? Well, actually, he's not a real frog.
Isn't he?
But a real frog would take his froglet on his back and hop off into the jungle. After a while, one of the froglings hops off. Off goes the frog again until another froglet hops off. Until all the froglets are spread through the jungle. So now they each live in their own area with their own food supply. Since they don't have to compete for the same food, they're each much more likely to survive. So how can you hop along for the ride? By hopping on your dad's back. That's how.
That's an amazing how. How bad are Shakespeare's plays?
They're brilliant.
Yeah, but Shakespeare is one of the greatest literary talents of the last 10,000 years.
It's true. For centuries, he's been regarded as the master of the English language, and every little scrap of his writing is highly prized. That's why some 200 years ago, when a chap called William Ireland revealed this, there was great excitement. It's a deed of property signed by William Shakespeare.
Wow.
The writing looked authentic, the paper felt authentic. But then Ireland followed this up with several other exciting revelations. An IOU from William Shakespeare, promising to pay money. Love letters from William Shakespeare to his wife, Anne Hathaway. Extraordinary. A letter from Shakespeare to Queen Elizabeth.
No.
How about that? And the entire manuscript of King Lear.
No way.
Yes.
Where did he find them?
In a drawer full of old documents, he said, but of course, he'd forged them.
No.
But how come they said the paper was authentic? How did he get away with that?
Well, because he worked in a lawyer's office, there were lots of documents there dating back to the time of William Shakespeare, and among those documents, several blank sheets, and they were the bits of paper that he used. But finally, William Ireland went a bit too far. He produced this, a previously unpublished play by William Shakespeare called Vortigern and Rowena.
Well, if it was unpublished, Fred, give it here. It was probably unperformed. And as the nearest thing we've got to an actor, I'm going to perform it.
There was tremendous excitement all around the world, especially on the opening night in London's Drury Lane.
For each dreadful, shrieking minister of darkness did chatter forth his rude and dismal song.
William Ireland may have been a good forger, but he was a terrible playwright. Vortigern and Rowena was awful, and the audience found this tragedy hilarious.
Flesh. And this foul mockery, when it has ended, with icy hand thou takest him by the feet.
The play was an absolute flop and was dropped immediately. William Ireland left the country in disgrace. So, how bad are William Shakespeare's plays? Not nearly as bad as William Ireland's.
Terrible play, great actor. How can you be Lord of the Rings?
Oh, that was a cracking film. I love that.
I'm not talking about the film, Gail. I'm talking about a game that you can play using a ping-pong ball and a hairdryer.
Oh, yes, the old hairdryer and ping-pong ball trick.
Go on then, show us how, Fred. You know this?
It's a good game, this,
Yeah.
yes. You ready?
Watch this. Take a ping-pong ball and place it over a hairdryer and let go very carefully, and it will float there. Now, it's all to do with air pressure. The hairdryer is giving out a blast of moving air, which has a lower pressure than the air in the room. So when the ball tries to fall out of that stream of air, it comes up against this sort of wall of higher pressure, which pushes it back into the lower pressure, so the whole thing remains balanced, so the ping-pong ball floats magically.
Yeah, but what about the game? You said it was a game.
OK. The game involves rings. That's why it's called Lord of the Rings. Made out of cardboard. Fred, hold that for me.
OK.
If you can balance a ping-pong ball on the air like this, then have a go at steering your ball through a hoop like this.
Wow.
It's tricky, but it can be done. Now, if you think that's challenging, wait until you see the course I built to play Lord of the Rings on. Here's my course. I've built it on a set of bedroom shelves. Now, make sure you've got permission before you start pinning or taping any bits to your shelves, or you could get in trouble. Look, I've attached all my rings like this. I've also got some lolly sticks, some bottles, and some toilet rolls. Now then, let's have a go at the game. Right, there we go. Here we go. Through the first ring.
And it's Jones.
He's through. He's through. Through the second ring. Right. Around the slalom course of lolly sticks. Oh no. Okay, press on, because you've got to see the finale, right? This is the best bit at the end of the course. Here it comes.
Don't break it, Jones.
Here we go. Now, this looks easy. I'm making it look easy, but of course, it's almost impossible. Here we go.
Yes, a bit over. Come on.
Don't let it go.
There! Did it! Go on, through the lolly stick obstacles, down the chute, into the egg cup! The winner! Yeah, and the winner of the game, of course, is the person who completes the course quickest or without dropping any ping pong balls. And that's how you can be Lord of the Rings and the hoops and the lolly sticks and the little bits of cardboard and the tube and the egg cup.
How weedy is a weed?
Gail, why are you whispering?
I'll explain in a minute.
Oh, that's a nice little plant.
She's whispering.
Oh, sorry.
This plant comes from Brazil, although it's found all over the world. But it's not wanted anywhere at all because it's a weed. It's called the sensitive plant. It goes by other names as well. It can be called the timid plant, the humble plant, and it's also known as sleeping grass.
What's so sensitive about it then?
Well, I'll show you. Now look, this is absolutely incredible. If I touch one of the leaves, look what happens.
It folds up.
Can you see that?
Oh.
Just by touching it.
It is timid.
But if I was a little less green-fingered and I accidentally dropped it, look at that. The whole thing folds down. Now, the sensitive plant is weedy not just because it's a weed, but because it's entirely muscle-free.
If it's got no muscles, Gail, how does it move?
Because at the base of every leaf and stalk is a small bump called a pulvinus. Now, a pulvinus is filled with water, and the water makes the stalk rigid. Now, when you touch it, the pulvinus starts to move water out, and so the stalk or the leaf becomes floppy and folds down, and then gravity just does the rest. So how weedy is a weed? Well, the sensitive plant's got no muscles at all, but it can still move.
That's incredible. How can I always come up trumps? Got a card trick for you.
Fred, is this that card trick that you did on me earlier?
Yes.
This is good, this.
It's good, isn't it?
Watch this.
I'm going to try this on you at home. Take a look, if you will, at these cards I'm putting on the table now. OK? Pick out one of those cards in your mind. OK? One of those cards. Pick it out in your mind and concentrate very hard. Think about the card that you have chosen. I'm concentrating on you now, and I think that is the card that you have chosen. No jiggery-pokery, watch that card. I'm going to put it, Miss McKenna, my assistant, in the hat of oblivion. Watch very carefully as I put the cards back down again. And I think you will find that the card you chose is no longer there. Am I right?
Yes.
It worked for me again as well.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
It's really a very, very simple switch. I changed the cards over, so not only is your card at home not there, none of the other cards are there either. They're here in my hand. That's how I came up trumps. Every time.
Top trumps from Fred Dinage. How can I run on custard?
Gareth, I know your custard's lumpy, but you can't run on it.
Well, you're wrong, Fred. Now, I love custard. I like to make it from powder and water, and I particularly enjoy my custard cold.
Oh, I love
But if you've ever made custard yourself, you'll know about this. If you add a little bit of water to custard, something weird happens. When you stir it up, it sort of becomes solid. Now, things get really interesting if you've got a lot of custard, like I have here, several litres of lovely, yummy, yellow custard. Now, you can see it's a liquid. If I just put my hands in like that, they sink. If I start to stir it around quickly, it fights back. Look, it's turned into a solid again. In fact, I'll have difficulty getting my hands out here, it's so solid. Now, the reason that custard does this is that it's made mostly of corn flour. Now, corn flour has got lots of jagged edges. And as long as it's in water, those jagged edges slide against each other nice and easy. But if you try and move them quickly, those jagged edges all lock up and the custard goes absolutely solid.
That's great, Gareth, but what about the how? How do you run on custard?
You can run on something that's as liquid as this. Let me just show you. Okay, what's going to happen if I hit a liquid with a mallet?
It's going to fly everywhere.
You're
Don't
gonna
do
be
it.
splattered.
Watch this.
Oh,
See,
wow.
it goes solid when you bang it. Now, that property should allow me to stand or even run on custard. But for that, I'm going to need a lot of custard. Here I have 100 litres of finest homemade custard. Now, Fred,
Yep.
I want you to prove that this is not a trick, that it is in fact liquid.
That, Gareth,
is liquid.
Yeah.
Excellent. OK, well, if I put some energy into this, if I hit the surface of the custard just like that mallet, it should turn solid and support my weight.
Are you
sure? Yeah, we thought the same thing.
Well, we'll find out. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm round again. And look, I can hop on custard as well.
Don't get too ambitious.
So that's how you can run on custard, and that's how for now.
Go on,
There we go. Guys, I can't. I've sunk in, I'm afraid. I'm stuck.
He's got that sinking feeling.
Yeah, that's gross. And I bet you Gareth ate that afterwards.
I bet he did. Anyway, Kim Sims from Button-Trent says, hi guys, the new SMTV Live looks like it's going to be loads of fun, but I want to know, who are the new presenters?
All will be revealed tomorrow morning at 9:25, and Brian Tess and the two new people are going to be here on Monday. So if you've got any questions for them, then text them to the number you can see on your screen. And coming up next, if you missed out earlier, don't worry, get in, because we go behind the scenes once again of SMTV Live.
And then love is definitely in the air in To Get About.